Cardone Tai Lopez. I don't have a problem with you guys because you're successful. I don't have a problem because you're building big businesses. I don't have a problem with that at all. My problem with you guys is your approach. It's your manipulation. Tai, it's to you, it's the cars, it's the house, it's saying that you want to help people find happiness. And you're really just using tactics of manipulation, showing fancy, classy, whatever, which isn't even classy. You're just showing flash, and you're not realizing the impact you have and the responsibility as an influencer, right? You're an influencer, Grant, you're an influencer. So influence, making money off of people by using their weakness, by offering happiness in things or happiness in showing what you have and what money bought you, and saying if they sign up or they go to your seminar or they buy your course, that essentially it's smoke and mirrors, and you guys are full of shit. I'm just being honest. You may be the smartest businessman alive. You may understand marketing, and that's okay, but then embrace that. Be that. If that's who you are, if you're a marketing guy, be a marketing guy. You can't be both, though. You can't be a spiritual guy who's selling bullshit. So when you tell people that if they sign up for your course and they can find happiness, or you're the spiritual business guy, then that's where you're at fault. And that's where I'm calling you out, both of you, Tai, Grant. It's time to take it seriously. You have a responsibility. You have a responsibility, and you're fucking it up. You guys are wasting people's lives. There's people, yeah, they may have made money because of signing up and learning your methods, which, by the way, are anyone on the planet can Google. The point is, if you want to improve people's lives, which you say you do, and I find that very hard to believe, but let's say you do, why is your approach such bullshit? Why are you showing fancy cars, Tai? Why are you showing Lamborghinis? People with real money. I'm not saying you don't have real money. I'm just saying that your real money's new money, and it's obvious. You don't have class. You're putting out Lambos and shit and talking about, and then you go to talk about books. Your 2,000, your whatever it was, the book that you put in your bookcase to put in your 5,000 books. It's like, but this is the Lambo, and I just ordered this new one. And the tactic of like making it seem like you're so nonchalant, it's just bullshit, man. It's bullshit. So when you do this sort of bait and switch about happiness, and you say, like, you have a caption like how to be happy or improve your life, that's bullshit, okay? And it's time to fucking, I don't know, I think it's just time for people to really realize that, like, to find happiness is not signing up for Tai Lopez's program, right? And if you want to help people, Tai, and you care so much about helping people, and you've made so much money, then I challenge you, why don't you stop charging? Why don't you help people? Why don't you stop charging? You really care about people, then stop charging. And Grant, if you want to claim to be a spiritual businessman, I ask you straight up, what about your practices are spiritual? How are you mindful of the people that are consuming your content? Telling them to come to your 10x seminar because it's going to be life-changing and only the smart ones go, that's not mindful. That's bullshit. It's like, you guys, if you care, then put it out there that you care and show that. But the fact that you fucking keep putting out bullshit and bait and switch, and that you actually are so desperate that you use something so sacred like spirituality and people's vulnerabilities. There's people out there that are suffering, that are sad, that have no self-esteem. What you're giving them isn't going to create self-esteem. Why don't you teach people to have self-esteem? How do we build self-esteem? Here's an example. We do esteemable acts. I just think that at the end of the day, I hear two messages and it's starting, it hit me, and I was like, you know what, enough's enough. Because a lot of people are saying like Tai Lopez is a scam. I don't think he's necessarily a scam, right? What I think Tai Lopez is he's a manipulative marketer who's using something sacred. Like, fuck man, you could put anything up in front to catch people's eye, but don't get into the spiritual principles or inner happiness, because you seem like you're a pretty smart guy, and if you are, you know, or maybe you haven't experienced it yet because it's new money, so you've never lost it, and so you don't really know, but maybe you do, that the happiness that you get deep inside isn't gonna come from the fucking Lambo. It's not going to come from the fucking girl next to you. It's going to come from doing work. It's going to come from being uncomfortable in our own skin and feeling sad and getting through that and finding out why, what our part is. Why do we feel sad? What happened to us? What happened? What's the story we tell ourselves as children that continue to tell ourselves that we're not good enough? And why does someone who is supposedly supposed to be influencing youngsters, why do they equate the Lambo and the girl and cash and the prizes to happiness? Because all that makes people do is chase that. So if you want people to be happy, maybe you're not smart enough. Maybe you're not in touch enough. It's not even about smart. Maybe you're not self-aware. But if you want people to be happy, Grant Cardone, then give them the tools to be happy. Because signing up for your seminar and paying $9.97 for Ty's fucking whatever online courses, that's not going to make anybody happy. And a lot of the people that you're sending in, Ty, it's like, they don't have money to have an LLC. So why don't you say that when you're ready? When you've done the work. If you care, why don't you say this? If you've done the work on yourself and you're ready, because you're self-aware and you have self-esteem and you're ready and you're interested in making money, this is an option. But there's many other options. And this won't make you happy. Why don't you give that disclaimer? I just had to get it out there. It's been too much, and I get a lot of people messaging me, and they ask for how to be happy, and they said, people have said they've trying Grant Cardone's 10X or Ty's thing, and I'm like, let me guess, you're not happy. And they're like, no, I couldn't even understand it. When you hit your head on that pillow at night and you don't feel good about yourself, no one else is going to know that. You can pretend like you do, but deep down in your heart, when you hit your head on that pillow, you can't bullshit. It's just you and your inner peace, your spirituality. It's you and your highest good, whatever that is. If you found that, if you haven't, listen, that's fine. Just don't fucking preach it, and don't sell it and use it to make money, because you don't know what it means to be a spiritual person, to practice spiritual principles in your life, in all of your affairs. So until you can actually stand up and say that, and with confidence that you do, both of you, as far as I'm concerned, you're just full of shit marketers who are ripping people off.